Let me just get some viewers' questions in who wanted to ask you questions. Lal Inapur wanted us to ask you that some of the characters you create, do they reflect people that you meet in real life?
Well, in the latest series, I'm writing a set called the Clifton Chronicles.
Yes.
And it's certainly autobiographical. There's no doubt about that. There's a lot of me in Harry Clifton. There's a lot of my distinguished and capable wife in Emma, and there's a lot of my mother in Maisie. So yes, it's very, very autobiographical.
Is it more difficult to write about autobiographical things?
No, I think it's probably easier because I enjoy writing about my wife and my mother and my friends, and writing about, I was brought up in the West Country, so I'm writing about a boy born in the back streets of Bristol. He's the son of a docker, and he falls in love with Emma, who's the daughter of the man who owns the docks. Well, that was my world, so I'm able to write about it, and only too delighted that the Indian people are enjoying it.
Of course they are. I have to ask you, when you talk about experiences, that you have written about your time in prison as well. Was that really tough, the time that you spent there?
No, it was a very interesting experience, and the writing of it meant that I mixed with different people, and that's a very good thing for a writer. That's why I love coming to India, love traveling around the world, love meeting different people. You can get those experiences and use them in a book, and people reading you know that you've really been there.
Let me get another viewer question in. Anurag wants me to ask you, and it's a question I find it really impossible to believe because of the number of books that you've written, but do you ever get writer's block?
Never. I've been very lucky. I'm a very lucky person. I'm a storyteller, not a writer, and the stories are there every single day.
Yes, I'm sure all readers are thanking God that it's like that. Aman has asked us to ask you, how is it that you write by hand?
No, that's the way I like writing. I can't use a computer or a typewriter. I write every single word. I rise at 5:30 in the morning and start at 6. I do 6 o'clock until 8, 10 o'clock until 12, 2 until 4, 6 until 8. I'll be in bed about 10, and then I start again. And every single word is handwritten.
That's amazing. You're also on Twitter. Were you forced by your publishers to be on Twitter?
Nobody forces me to do anything, Sanitra. Yes, I do tweets, I do Facebook, and I have a blog that goes out to 2.4 million people. I love talking to people, and this is the new way to get to your readers because they like to be in touch with you. So anybody can tweet me, anybody can Facebook me, anybody can read my blog.
And do you at least type your tweets?
No, I dictate them. And my secretary writes them, types them out. So I'll do 3 this morning and she'll send them out to the rest of the world. I'll point out to the Indian people this morning that more people came to my talk last night than went to the test match this morning. I'll tell them that the day before when it was raining, I saw people with mops and buckets. We don't have mops and buckets any longer in England.
Okay, final question. Our readers and our viewers on the website, they did a poll of your books, and here's how they rated your top books. Here's the order. 50% said that the top most favorite of the book was Cain and Abel. The next was Honor Among Thieves with 25%, and then equal share, First Among Equals, not a penny more, not a penny less. Is that the rating how you'd rate them as well? Do you agree with that?
Well, Cain and Abel certainly has been read by 50 million people in this country, so I understand why they put it first. I actually think A Prisoner of Birth and Paths of Glory should be second and third. I agree with the fourth, Not a Penny More, Not a Penny Less. People always go back to that. My first book, they're very sentimental about it and they're very kind about it. It's now sold 27 million copies. So I don't totally disagree, but I don't totally agree.
Thanks very much, Jeffrey Archer. Thanks very much for being here on Trending This Week.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Real pleasure having you.
Bye.
Bye.